Alright, so just real quick, wanted to show off one of my most recent projects. A little housing for the cages of my Deathstalker scorpions, of which there are 3. There's that guy all the way back there. But bought the cages, had them for a while, never set them up. But I decided to build out a little cage, 3D printed the joints on the edges, all the corners, put it together, 1/4-inch PVC sheets. I'm going to also be 3D printing some little water bowls, probably in the same color since they react to the lighting very well inside of here. But the main part of the video that I wanted to share with you guys, which if you've watched our podcast today or whenever you have, we're talking about this guy right here. No good thing I'm wearing clothes. You can definitely see that reflection. But this is about a 10 to 12 foot albino Burmese python. Pretty decently sized. Unfortunately, it was not properly cared for by the previous owners. Unfortunately, even more, they took entirely too long to realize they could not properly care for it. Biggest reason why they couldn't care for it is because the people caring for it were scared. They were scared of the snake that they owned. How do you do that? How do you handle an animal? How do you keep an animal? How do you purchase an animal that you know you are going to be afraid of? What makes absolutely zero sense about this is that this animal, I can open up the cage, it's just sitting there chilling, and I ain't got to worry about it. It's not aggressive, perfectly docile, and this is where it bites my arm. But no, I haven't had a single issue. I've been handling this thing a couple times now. I just went through, took a bunch of stuck shed off its back, you know. You can still see right over here all that skin flaking off. It's still got a bunch of stuck shed. I got to get it into a bath with some warm water, try to soak all that off of it. But for now, it's got a decently sized water bowl. This is only a 4-foot cage. It is definitely not big enough for this animal. I will be sourcing a bigger cage as soon as possible, at least a 6 or 8 foot cage. We'll see how that works out if I can find one. Real quick, I'm going to show you the cage it was in previously. Just 1 second. Alright, and this is the old cage. This is the cage the previous owners were housing this animal in, right? So, you see, about 1/4-inch plywood all around. Nasty as hell, no bedding. Looks like they had a blanket or something in there. If you could smell this thing, oh my god. But, goddamn interruptions. But, as I was saying, we've got 1/4-inch plywood, completely untreated, ratting on the bottom. Shit has blanket all over there. A couple loose screws here and there. A chicken wire front, which, you know, is great, extremely sturdy, strong, as well as extremely freaking abrasive on the snake's nose as it's trying to escape, gonna rub everything off wrong. Then you may have seen this funnel. This funnel is because, as I said previously, they were afraid of their own damn snake. They had a water bowl placed underneath that funnel there so that they never had to open the cage in order to give it water. They never wanted to open the cage. They were scared they were going to open the cage and the snake was going to jump out and eat them. But this is just shittily made in the first place. Big ass what the fuck. Another big ass what the fuck. Like, the hell were they thinking? But overall, just, if you're ever going to buy an animal, don't be afraid of it. Don't go buy a big ass snake. You think it's cool. You think it's badass. You know, everybody's gonna think you're tough and big and scary because you got a big snake. That's not how it works. Cause you're a bitch. Don't be afraid of this shit, or don't buy it. Admit you're a bitch. Admit you're scared. Just leave them the fuck alone. Don't do it. Why the fuck would you do it? I don't understand it, man. I really don't. And it pisses me the fuck off. I tell people all the time, don't buy a fucking animal if you're going to be scared of it. If you're not going to feed it properly. If you're not going to care for it properly. Why the fuck would you do it? Why? Nobody's going to think you're tough. Nobody's going to think you're a badass because you own a fucking snake. Like, especially all those motherfuckers sitting there with a ball python wrapped around their neck for their profile pictures thinking they're cool. They're badasses because they got a ball python. The biggest bitch of a snake out there. But hey, to each their own. Nobody can be a badass like me and just have a 12-foot Burmese python with no problems, you know? It is what it is. Peace.